Hello everybody, my name is Wild Guy, and this is a guide to competitive Plants vs Zombies, because this game has a pretty rad versus mode. Now Plants and Zombies, there can actually be parallels drawn to Hearthstone, as Plants are more of a control-y type, while Zombies operate under an aggro sort. As you can see, zombies have very good low-cost options, such as the garbage zombie and the pole vault zombie, while plants, really good early game options are mainly just removal, such as the walnut, cherry bomb, and the jalapeno. As well as the fact that the coffee bean operates under 25 sun rather than the normal 75. It can be paired with mushrooms such as the Doom Shroom or the Hypno Shroom, which is currently being covered by the Nut. Plants excel during the late game while zombies try to overwhelm you in the earlier portions of the match. Now, both sides have a main form of producing currency, sun for plants and brains for zombies. The way to win this game is to have a win condition sort of on lock. One of the plants' win conditions are the repeater. The repeater is a very powerful plant which can tear through a lot of gravestones and reach the target very quickly. Although you might want to pair it with, say, a lot of removal, like I typically carry jalapeno, cherry, and the squash. That leaves two plants open, which I typically carry as repeater and three-peater. Now, three-peater is an extremely powerful card, especially under 200 sun, because it can target 3 lanes, which is all the lanes they need to target to win instantly. So, three-peater is a very powerful choice, especially if your opponent cannot exactly defend, which they most likely will with a screen door zombie or a football zombie. Now, football zombie is an extremely powerful choice due to its mobility and defense. You most definitely want to use a squash, which will leave you in a brains deficit, which is extremely poor because the plants have incredible amounts of value in their removal options. Like, a Gargantuar only requires at the minimum 100 sun to defeat, while you lose 250 sun to actually plant the Gargantuar. So you have to make smart choices. For example, catapult zombies are incredibly powerful. Their only real insta counter are the jalapenos, or maybe just like a couple of pea shooters, although it is very hard to take down for the plant side. Other cards you could consider using are the Miner Zombie, the Zamboni, and the Bungee. Now, Bungee is the only zombies really hard removal, other than maybe situationally the Jack in the Box. Although this is an important fact for the plants to consider, as squashes, again, are only 75 sun, while the Bungee zombie is 125 sun. So you will leave your opponent further in a brains deficit. Now, brains and sun are very important because having an advantage on either side early on will typically lead to victory later. Because if the plants are in a deficit against the zombies, then the zombies can overwhelm 2 or 3 lanes at once, and they can just entirely ruin any kind of order within the plants' lawn. Now, I already told you my common plant strategy, which is cherry, jalapeno, squash, repeater, and pea shooter. But common zombie strategy that I enjoy running is Gargantuar, Bungee Zombie, trash can zombie, catapult zombie, and because of his when the game starts, plants automatically have advantage to having all of their lawnmowers on the field. Now, when a zombie manages to break through the plants' defenses and they take a lawnmower, the shift of power lands into the zombies' hands. Now, the reason why the zombies have advantage here is because it is very hard for a plant to attack in a lane without a lawnmower. This is difficult because when you don't have something to fall back on, when you're all out, encounters zombies all out, the zombies will most likely win due to having powerful options such as the Gargantuar and Bungee Zombie. Now, it's best to leave these lanes alone and try to pressure other lanes so that they have to put zombies in those lanes rather than lanes that you have rather than lanes you don't have a lawnmower with. Now, when you're a zombie and you have advantage shape, what you try to do is to just rush them down with a football zombie, or maybe just try to put pressure on all the lanes at once and hope you manage to blindside the plants.